So today we're going to be talking about how to back up your photos on to a cloud storage. In this case, we're going to be using Google Images in order to free up some room on your phone's own storage. So last time we were talking about how you can sort of make your phone run at its best functionality by perhaps erasing apps uninstalling apps that you don't use, taking off really big files. So freeing up some of that storage space on your phone. And if you remember from last time, when I went in and looked at what was taking up storage space on my phone, we'll do that again. But a lot of what it was photos and video. Okay, those are big files. It's apps usually, and then photos and video. So if you take a lot of photos, if you use your camera to take video, that stuff adds up pretty quickly and can take up a lot of room on your phone. And that's where cloud storage becomes really helpful. So when we talk about the cloud, it sounds like this sort of fancy high-tech word. That is very basic. What we're talking about when we say the cloud is the internet, all right? And so today we're going to be talking about cloud storage in terms of Google Images. And what that means, this is all you really need to know, is if you're saving something to the cloud, it means it's secure, it's password protected, and it's on the internet in a file that you can access, which means that it is not taking up space on your phone. Okay, it's clearing up space on your phone while still allowing you to access the files that you have saved to the cloud. So Google Images is the cloud storage that we're going to be looking at today. So remember this, we went into our settings, the gear right here. So we're going to click on that again. This is a review. And then remember, we're going to go where it says battery and device care. So this is where we check on like what our current storage is looking like on our phone, how much storage we have left, whether we're almost full. So let's check on that. All right, so I'm clicking on battery and device care. So it's checking on it for me. It's saying I'm doing pretty good. So I just want to go in here and look at storage. So I'm using a little under half of my current storage here. So I have 128 gigabytes to use, and I'm using 68.2. All right, so we're going to click on that just to see. So look, it's telling me how much room each thing is taking up. Okay, so if you look down here, the apps are high, so that's 33 gigabytes. System, 19. Again, system, there's not much I can do about that. That's just what it takes to run your phone. So that's going to be that's sort of built in, so the amount of storage you're using. But if you look up here at images and videos, those are pretty big too. So I have 2.35 gigabytes worth of images, which is a good amount. That's taking up some space on my phone. So what can I do? So we're going to look at how to use the cloud to free up that space. And the other advantage to having your photos or any files, but today we're just working with photos and video saved in the cloud, is it means that anywhere on any device that you can access the internet, you can have access to those files or those pictures. That's really helpful. So if I go to the library and I'm on one of their computers, if I have my password to sign into my Google account, I can access all of my photos from there if I have uploaded them to Google Images. That's really helpful. If I'm using somebody else's phone, I can go on Google Images and get my pictures. If I lose my phone, it means I haven't lost all the pictures on there. I have them backed up to another place. So if I get a new phone, they're still there, okay? Or even if I don't get a new phone, if I have access to any computer, I can get to my pictures. So that's one of the real benefits of this, okay? So let me show you Google Images. If you have an Android phone that runs on Google Apps, it's likely that you already have this app on your phone somewhere. But if it's hard to find, it looks like this. We've got it on my home screen right here. It's like a little sort of pinwheel almost that says photos. But if you don't have it, or if you can't find it on your phone, you, as always, can go to the Play Store and look up Google Photos. Okay. And it's going to say update on mine because I already have it. If you didn't already have it, it's going to say download or install. One thing to know about this is that there's a certain amount of storage in Google Photos that's free. And that's what I'm using right now. I'm not paying for anything. If I had tons of pictures, if I had tons of things that I needed to save in there, especially like big video files, I might find myself either paying for storage if I wanted to keep everything, or deleting things that I don't need anymore. Right now, I'm not super stressed about deleting things because I haven't filled my storage up in the cloud yet. All right. So you can just be as sort of selective about that as you want to. If you don't have tons of pictures, you're going to be able to add some for a while without hitting your limit of free storage on Google Images. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close this out. So remember, that's where you go if you don't have it. So I'm going to click on Photos and just show you how to do this. Okay. So what I have done, I've already done the backup for this, but I want to show you how you would set up backing up your photos to Google Photos, okay? Google does not erase pictures at a certain time, okay? It doesn't have like a time limit on it. You can use Google Images on an iPhone too. I went in my Google Images the other day and I had pictures in there from 2010. So no, they're not deleted after a certain time period. Most of you, when you take a picture, it's going to end up in your gallery, yeah? So this is where you usually get your pictures from. This is, just so you know, the gallery on your phone. All of the things that are in your gallery are being saved to the storage on your phone. So as you take more pictures, it's taking up more storage if they're just in the gallery, okay? That's limited to your phone. What we want to do here with Google Photos is we're going to set it up so every time we take a picture, a copy of that picture goes into Google Photos, okay? So that a copy of it automatically goes to the cloud. So what I just did, I clicked on my face over here. So this is my Smart account. I'm going to click on that. And what you want to do is hit where it says, oh, I'm sorry, it should say either backing up to a different account. It's like, it might say back up to this account. I have it backing up to 2 accounts. So just, it's going to be this second thing down where it says about backing up right above account storage. You want to click on that. All right. And the only thing you have to do to set this up is click on, I've already done it. But you see this little thing here that says backup and sync. Yours is going to be off probably. It might be on. That'd be nice. That means all your pictures are already there. But if it's not, you're going to turn that on. All right. And I'm backing this up to Smart University. Okay. And once you hit that, let me tell you what'll happen. All right. 2 things. First, it'll have a little like one of those time wheels, because what it'll do is take all the pictures that are currently in your gallery and back up a copy of them onto Google Images. Okay. So if you have 700, I have like 700 pictures in my gallery. I don't even know how that happened. I don't feel like I take that many pictures, and yet there they were. It'll take a second for all of those to load, but by turning that on, you will automatically have it. So like all of those are copying into Google Photos. The other thing that it will do is every time you take a picture now and in the future, it'll do that automatically. Okay. So every time you take a picture, you'll have a backup copy in here. Okay. So that's what I have here. So I actually took pictures yesterday. These are screenshots, but still pictures. And they're automatically backed up. All right. So once they're all here, and like I said, this goes way back. This goes back to like, 2010. It'll show you. So where it says account storage here, again, I clicked on my face up there in the corner. I've used like a third of the free, less than a third of the free storage that I have on Google Photos. That's a good amount. And like I said, I have a good amount of pictures. So you can do a lot of this stuff for free, which is really helpful. So let me show you, I just want to show you how this is helpful in terms of accessing it from another computer. Good thing to know too is if you have a Gmail account, if you have any sort of Google account, this syncs with that. So it's the same password that you would use for Gmail. It's just another sort of feature of Gmail that you can use. Okay, I mean of Google that you can use. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Google Photos. This is on my laptop now, that's why you're seeing the wide screen share. All right, click on Google Photos. Hello, home for your memories. I'm gonna say go to Google Photos. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right account. I am. I'm in Smart University, and you'll see it looks exactly like, I mean, the pictures are all the exact same ones that were on my screen on my phone, okay? So what that means is that these are safely backed up to the cloud. And what I can do now, scary though it may seem, is I can actually delete all these pictures from my gallery because they are backed up somewhere else, all right? You wanna make sure this whole process, you've done this whole process, all your pictures have come through. And the thing is about this particular app, about Google Photos, is it will tell you that all your photos are backed up. It will give you the option of clearing out your gallery if and only if your photos have all been backed up to Google Photos. So it's not going to let you go in and delete pictures that haven't been backed up, and that's really helpful. Okay, but what you want to do is make sure that you do this from the Google Photos app, and I'll show you how to do that. So again, if you're on any computer, you just log into Google Images, put your password in. Once you've done this backup, you'll have access to any of your pictures. So let's say, you know, this is just a screenshot, but you know, let's say I was at the library or I was at somebody's house and I wanted to print this out, or I wanted to even just show it to them. I can do any of that from this computer, even though I took all the pictures on my phone. Another thing to keep in mind too, is you can change the quality of the storage. So I have all of mine at what's called the original quality. So that means, you know, they're a little bit bigger files. You can make them a little bit lower quality, probably not something that's visually all that different, and you can store more. So if you take tons and tons of photos and you want to make sure you can store all of them, you can always change the quality to what is called storage saver. So it's slightly not as like good quality, but it, you know, if you're looking at pictures on your phone and stuff, it's probably not going to make that much of a difference, okay? Especially if you have tons of photos that you want to save. So it's a good amount of storage, and you can pay to get more. So it's 30 gigabytes of free space. And then if you need to buy more, you can. Or you can, like I said, you can save them in sort of smaller files, which would be slightly less quality, but not hugely different. Okay, so I'm gonna do the fun thing that that is what this is leading us to. So see there where it says free up space? I want to do that. I want to free up 3.4 gigabytes of space. So I'm going to go free up space. So this is what I was telling you about. So it's saying that all of these items, so all of those pictures are already safely backed up in my chosen quality. So they're backed up in original quality, and I can look at them anytime on Google Photos from any device that I can log into the internet from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit free up 3.5 gigabytes. And what that does is that takes the pictures off my hard drive, all right? And so you want to do this again. It won't let you do this until everything's backed up. So I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to say allow. And what that's going to do is clear out my gallery. And you know, you don't have to do this if you like having things right there in your gallery and your storage isn't that high. This is a great thing to do if you have way too many pictures on your storage and your things are running low. I just feel like doing this because I feel like it keeps everything clean, everything safely somewhere else. It's all good. Okay, so look, I freed up my space. Done. Okay. What that means is I'm going to go into my gallery now. So I'm still going to have some downloaded pictures saved in there that I can go in and clear out if I need to. But my general, it's majorly cut down on the pictures that are in there. Okay, and I can go through and upload those otherwise. But so let's look at my settings. I just want to check what that did to my storage. See, so now I have 71 gigabytes of storage now. So I've freed up more space on my phone. And depending on how many pictures, videos you have, you could free up a big amount of space on your phone by doing that. And just know that like you always have, it's not like you've deleted it. Obviously, like the thing that you've done in backing this up to the cloud is made it secure, made it accessible. So you don't have to just use that space on your phone. So you haven't deleted those pictures forever. That's the whole point. It's like you now have access to them, just not in a way that takes up phone storage, right? One more thing I wanted to show you on this is sharing. This is a nice thing, right? So if you have somebody that you want to share all your photos with, or if you can, this is what you can do if you have somebody that you just like in general are going to share photos with all the time. You don't mind sharing all your photos with. You can say share with a partner, all right? And then what you'll do is get started and you'll enter their Gmail account. And you can just share all your photos so you don't have to send them back and forth all the time, okay? And then you can also do something like create a shared album. So let's say you're going on vacation or something with 4 or 5 people, you're all taking pictures. You can name this album like my vacation pictures, add your own photos, and then you would also select people that you would share it with as well, and they could add to it too. And then you'd all have access to those pictures. So that's helpful just in terms of, those moments when you want to bring everybody's pictures together, like of an event, or if you're constantly updating a family member about something that involves pictures, it can be nice to have that just built in that you're sharing pictures with them. Photos auto backed up, and you take a lot of not safe for work selfies or sexy selfies. Be mindful of who has access to your cloud account, okay? So before you share the entirety of your cloud account with somebody, just be mindful of who you're sharing it with and what the content is. You want to just make sure that only the people you want to see something are seeing it. In cases where you might have some things that you want someone to see and other things that you don't, it might make sense to create a shared album. So you can be very purposeful about what you're sharing with other people. What I would do in order to cut down on the amount of storage space I'm taking up in my email or on my phone is if somebody sends me a picture by email that I want to keep, I would download it to my phone and then put it on Google Images, and then I could delete it from my phone and it would be still in Google Photo.